Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. Greatly looking forward to seeing you out at East Campus tonight. Those of you from Main Campus and South Campus, please join us. And those of you at East Campus, definitely be there. Special revival night with Pastor Claude Fingleton from Rockhampton, Australia. The Cathedral of Praise, Rockhampton. He's become a great friend, full of the Holy Ghost, loves God with everything on his insides. We look forward to seeing you tonight. Right now, I want us to go back to the book of Job again. And I want you to notice what he begins to say here in chapter 12, beginning with verse 1. Then Job replied, "Doubtless you are the people, and wisdom will die with you." He says, "You guys are all so smart, and you've got it all together, and I've got nothing. But I have a mind as well as you, and I'm not inferior to you. Who does not know all these things? I have become a laughingstock to my friends, though I call on God, and he answered, a mere laughingstock, though righteous and blameless." Now listen to this next phrase. "Men at ease have contempt for misfortune, as the feet of those whose feet are slipping." Men at ease have contempt for misfortune, as the fate of those whose feet are slipping. One of the hardest things I've watched in life is how when people have never had a problem, they look at other people's problems and go, they almost look down their nose at people. I can remember back in the 80s and 90s, I knew many pastors, and they had been my friends. And as we went through the horrible economic crisis of those days, and the peso devaluing, I think from 6 to 1, it went all the way up to 56, and interest rates, I know we're hitting 56%, and those were awful days. Those were rice and salt days. Those were difficult days. And I remember asking some pastor friends for help, and they looked at me with total contempt, like, well, where's your faith? Now, I never got mad, I never got angry. I just remember I thought we were friends. I learned that men at ease have contempt for misfortune, as the fate of those whose feet are slipping. Now, what brings this up to my heart today is I recently heard from one of my old friends. The area of the country in the United States where he lives is going through some very difficult times. And his church is about to be foreclosed. He can't make the payments anymore. And he's ending his life in ministry where I'm going up and I'm sitting here going, Jesus, you've been so good to us. And, you know, these are the greatest days of my life. These are days I've lived my whole life for. He's ending in failure. So I sent some money to help him and wanted to be a blessing, even though he'd never lifted a hand to help us. I know what it felt like. Been there. Done that. Bought the t-shirt, sold the t-shirt, and don't ever want to wear it again. Men at ease have contempt for misfortune, as the fate of those whose feet are slipping. May I encourage you today, if your life is going really well and you know the grace of God and the blessings of God has just made your life so wonderful, please don't ever look with contempt upon people who are struggling. You may be looking on a person like Job, who God was bragging on, righteous in his sight. You may be looking at a man that God was bragging on, and Satan is trying to bring down for a while. You may be looking at a man that one day will rise higher than you. I encourage you, never look with contempt upon a person who's having a hard time. Always be willing to give people a hand up. Not a hand out, but a hand up.